So this is an ad delivered by the innocent. When I started my career as a TV journalist, I was pretty naive. I kept pitching what I thought were good stories, but my colleagues thought were boring. But nobody ever explained why. Nobody said to me, here's why good stories work and why your stories suck. They were acting on gut feel, so I had to watch and copy and learn, and I did. Now 30 years later, the stuff I learned is all here in Storyteller Tactics. I've written what the young me really needed. So now you can get your stories from suck to work much faster than I did. Okay, and now this is delivered to the innocent in our customer. Do you panic when someone says, you need to tell a better story about your work? Are you thinking, yes, I know I should, but how? What kind of story can I use in front of my boss or in front of a client? Well, don't worry. Try Storyteller Tactics. There are rules and prompts and frameworks here that will guide you on your way. So take your first step from storytelling zero to hero with Storyteller Tactics. Now we get a story advert delivered by the rebel. Are you sick of chasing the latest trend on TikTok, bored by the influences of Instagram and tired of copying other people's copy? Well, that's what you're doomed to unless you're willing to take a risk and break the rules. But here's the thing. You can't break the rules of storytelling unless you know what they are. And here in Storyteller Tactics, you'll find the rules of storytelling and ideas on how to break them. In fact, there's a card in here called Rules, Cheats and Rebels that was written just for you. So, less of the same old stories. Start taking creative risks with Storyteller Tactics. Okay, this one now is delivered to the rebel in our audience. I know what you're thinking. Why buy Storyteller Tactics when I can just ask ChatGPT to write a story for me? Well, yes you can, and it will tell a story. But it won't tell your story. How can it? It wasn't there. There's a tsunami of fake bot stories coming. And unless you want your story to get drowned in the noise, you're going to need a hack. And Storyteller Tactics is exactly that. It's how you hack the system. Find the human creative spark in your experience of the world that'll make your story stand out from the crowd. So down with fake stories, rage against the machine, and learn to tell your own story. Okay, so now we come to the companion. So this is Storyteller Tactics speaking to you as a companion brand. Do you want to be a better storyteller? Well, there are plenty of training courses out there, but you know what? Training will only get you so far. What you really need is a community, other people like you who are also trying to learn. And that is where Storyteller Tactics comes in. It's not just a set of training cards. There's a community too. We've got over 10,000 customers on our Slack channel. Ask a question there and you'll rapidly get answers. Plus, every month you get a free Ask the Author session with me. So come on, join in, you can do it. We can do it. Okay, and then this is delivered to the companion in our audience. Can you tell a story? Or do you think that storytelling is some kind of high art form practiced by poets and intellectuals and marketing experts? Well, it's not. Stories are the most basic, down-to-earth way we know of passing useful information to each other. Everyone can tell a story. You are a natural-born storyteller. The trouble is, when you sit down at the keyboard, all of that goes out of your head and you start using long words and grand concepts to make it look like you belong. Well, you don't need to. Get your story straight. No airs, no graces, the real you. Storyteller Tactics will show you how. There's no abstract theories, no confusing jargon, just common sense and practical guides.